Alright, so Fizz Teemo Tempo. This is one of my favorite decks in this game right now. I'm really a sucker for kind of tricky tempo combat trick style decks, and Fizz is like the tricky combat champion in this game. 1-drop, 2/1, protects himself whenever you play a spell, and grants himself elusive, which lets him be evasive. When you've cast 6+ spells, he levels up to a little bit bigger version of himself. We've paired him with Teemo, the other cheap elusive champion in this game. And then the rest of the deck is pieces of spot removal, as well as cards like Pocket Aces and Suit Up to make our cheap elusive threats more powerful. I don't think I would recommend this deck to newer players. It's probably a little bit lower power level than some of the other established good decks in the format right now. And I think the play patterns tend to be a little bit tricky, and mulliganing aggressively and appropriately tends to be pretty important. How does this match up against Endure Spiders? If you kill them before they get Endure down, it's fine. So generally speaking, you're mulliganing everything if you don't have Fizz or Teemo in your opener, looking for a Fizz or a Teemo. Want one of your 1-drops every game, ideally. I don't have dedicated deck pages like I have dedicated deck pages for Historic. I think my #1 recommended deck for new players looking to get in and play something that's just powerful and beat people down is probably the Misfortune Scouts deck. If you go to my Runeterra decks page there on Mobalytics, there is a link to Metadecks on the side that has the Misfortune Scouts deck listed. It's a good deck that's aggressive and just objectively powerful. This is one of our best draws here. So again, our cheap evasive threats, we get to make them better with things like Suit Up here. So this is going to permanently set this to a 4/4, which is great. I think I'm going to go ahead and just eat their Narwhal here. So these are both elusive, so they can only be blocked by other things that are elusive. I think I'm going to go ahead and just make it rain. Nah, I guess make it rain's not that good against Fizz. Yeah, I'm going to make it rain here, and then I'll start my turn by playing Zap. So, Zap, when he comes into play, has the Attune mechanic, which grants me a spell mana. So I didn't want to end the turn with 3 mana, because then I wouldn't have an open spell mana for Zap to pump up there. These are both elusive, so we can go ahead and attack in with these. They can't block. Every time Teemo hits them, he plants some Puff Caps in their deck, which is nice. Yeah, I think the Jinx deck's a lot of fun, but the overall power level of it is definitely a little bit low, I think. That is a 6/6 from Spoils and Omen Hawk. Yikes. That's not bad. So, I think we block plus Mystic Shot this. It might be right to just point these upstairs. I don't know. This is elusive, so it can block my elusive threats, which is not ideal. So, like, those 2-pointers could be being reached to their face, but I think I'm supposed to open attacks here. So this has already planted 10 Puff Caps, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use this Mushroom Cloud to level this. So blocking and then not blocking and opening attacks theoretically lets us kill them the following turn, assuming my opponent has nothing. Runeterra, on average, tends to be a lot more interactive than games of Magic tend to be. So generally speaking, assuming your opponent's not going to be able to interact with you is a losing strategy. When your opponent has a ton of mana available and a bunch of cards in their hand, generally speaking, if you can afford to play around your opponent blowing you out. Yeah, and this is why the reason I wanted to start by attacking. So the way the turn system in this game works, they draw a mushroom, they're dead. Nailed it. The way the turn system in this game works is your units can attack the turn you play them. However, if you do anything, if you make any plays that aren't burst spells, they have a chance to make plays before you attack. So if you're ahead on board, it's frequently correct to just start your turn by attacking so they can't catch back up. We should wait a turn because of short cannon. Not incredibly unreasonable. I think I'm gonna... This might be sacrilege. I'm gonna go to 2 warning shot, 1 Rex. Maybe instead of going to a warning shot, I play... If we play a what's his name? Like 1 copy, what's the Elite Alliance card? Play a Grifter. I feel... What's my curve look like? There's a lot of 4s in here technically, but like 3 of these are suit-ups. I'm just gonna leave warning shot, actual warning shot. The shark cannons, yeah, Grifter's slow. The shark cannons have felt slow and clunky the last couple days. And I feel like just having more cheap spells / reach sounds appealing. Thanks, Twin Sons. Yeah, we have Masters a little ways back. Sajani, Kalista, Elise. Definitely mulliganing Shark. Definitely keeping Fizz. I feel like there's value in keeping the rest of these. Sad I kept pocket aces. Awkward. I think we're waiting to play Fizz until I can pump him. Based on the context of this hand, we're just going to bank some spell mana for the first couple turns. Perfect. I'm going to elect to not attack this into their 2-1. I'd prefer to eat their 1-1 if they attack with it next turn. That's actually not a terrible draw, so we can go Fizz into suit up this turn, which is nice. I think we're eating Elise now. We're in a good position to race here. So we're going to bank a spell mana. We're going to go up to 5 mana total. I'll get to open on pocket aces on Fizz, smack them for 6. Because remember, shoot up and pocket aces bonuses are permanent. So with more spells to protect Fizz here, he's going to be in a pretty good spot. They would need 2 ways to kill him this turn because I have Mushroom Cloud to protect him. The Fizz emote is S tier. It's real good. Think we're just playing Wumps here. go over spell mana for Volpert and why it's awesome. So spell mana is basically a way that you get to carry resources over between turns in this game. It's a really elegant mechanic that I like a lot because it means you don't get punished for not spending your mana on key turns. So unlike games like Magic, where it's frequently just correct to always spend your mana, in this game, that's not the case. Oh, yeah, Fury would have savaged us there, huh? That's fair. So it's not flashy, but I actually think spell mana is one of the best things about this game in terms of, like, innovative features that add value to the game. Yeah, it's also called spell mana because it can only be used on spells. Okay, so now we're gonna go triple Mushroom Cloud you, level this, pocket aces, level this, hit you with 2 leveled elusive champions. So when I play a spell, he gets elusive. When I put 15 puff caps in their deck, Teemo levels up. And then Teemo's leveled mode doubles the amount of puff caps in their deck every time he hits them. So if this hits them, they'll take 8 and they'll go up to 30 puff caps in their deck. I never felt the need to spend on Arena and Raid, but watching a Runeterra stream, I've been playing loads, finished my Spirit Blossom Pass today, and didn't regret picking it up. Yeah, honestly, like, Runeterra is just, like, such a great testament to, like, if you build a good product, people will want to spend money on it. It's very well done. I think maybe I was supposed to play Pocket Aces here. Hopefully they play a spell that I can level Fizz. It was maybe a mistake. Well, they have 9 mana, so maybe it's not strictly wrong holding up 2 pieces of protection. They're targeting this. All right, Pocket Aces. I mean, I don't even think it's just that simple, Logan. Like, games like Hearthstone and lots of other things have, like, fixed mana screw, right? Like, this game is a lot more elegant than just simply saying, okay, we addressed how mana screw happens. Like, the spell mana system is so simple, and yet it's so incredibly elegant. Like, explaining how it works is really straightforward, but fully grasping everything it adds to the game by existing is huge. That's unfortunate. Wow. Tiki. So if I block like this, these 4 things die, I end up at 7. I think that's fine. They end up at 10. This will make this vulnerable, which means we can force it to block. And this is also going to make me a 5/2 Longtooth Shark. Right? It's obviously described to I want 10,000 people to spend $20 versus I want 200 people to spend 1,000. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the shark, this isn't like Magic, right? I still get the shark even though that happened. Speaking of sharks, our best possible draw here is probably a shark, right? So Fizz is, again, elusive. They're going to 2 with that block. I'm going to 4. What do mushroom caps do? Mushroom caps get attached to one of their cards, and then when they draw those cards, when they draw the card with the mushroom cap on it, they take a damage. You want to get excited now? Why? If I get excited now, they could kill my long tooth, and then he doesn't get to deal damage. Yeah, they can respond by killing the long tooth. So I think I just let this happen, and like let them go to 2. There are definitely punishes for doing this, that like they don't die to this get excited. They like kill their stuff and gain life. They played a card earlier that was a 1 mana drain their own thing for 4. Yeah, tempo decks that have reach, the Piltover or whatever they're called, PNZ aggressive decks are definitely my favorite. Like get excited, Mystic Shot aggro are the decks that I've enjoyed the most in Runeterra for sure. Yeah, I agree, Volpert. I also think like the priority system in this game is designed to create tense moments like that too, where like there's a lot of permutation and back and forth. Got him. Fire design is an acronym to describe the design philosophy that led to the last 4 years of Magic. Last 2 years of Magic, however long. Yeah, the current MTG bot does Legends of Runeterra cards. Since War. Yeah, War of the Spark. War of the Spark started the fire design philosophy. I'm gonna keep the mushrooms with the Teemo here. For the short term, Spark was hype on Arena. Kinda. Ooh, they're playing Braum Lux Poros. Their deck's really sweet. We played it a couple of times. I would actually argue that the format in Runeterra right now is actually relatively solved. It's just a great example of a solved format not being a bad thing. Magic formats have been so bad for so long that a lot of Magic players have this idea that, like, if a format is solved, it's bad, when in reality, it's formats that have bad play patterns are bad, not formats that are solved are bad. Magic players have been conditioned to think that WotC's mistakes are features when actually they're bugs. Well, that's super unfortunate. So this is tough, so it's not going to die here. Do I want to Mystic Shot something? I think not. I think I'm just taking 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and play this out, and the next turn we'll go Mushroom, level Teemo, smack them double mushrooms. Oof, this is a great hit. I'm Fizz. Their board's pretty scary. We've got elusive threats here. We're like racing, but their board is really large. I think I'm going to go ahead and Mystic Shot this now before they have a chance to play more Poro Snacks, because they're almost assuredly playing 4 Poro Snacks. So they have 30 Puff Caps and 32 cards right now. Yeah, it's a biggin. Alright, so we're taking like 8 here in combat. Are they only attacking with these 2? That's so good for me. Yeah, it really surprises me. We'll take it though. Ooh, that's a great draw. Oh, that. All right. And again, for people learning Runeterra, the priority system there, all those mushroom cards that I played there are burst, so they don't cause priority to pass. If both of these hit them, my opponent will go down up to 72 Puff Caps. So they're at 4, and there are now 72 Puff Caps and 29 cards. Are we dead? We might be dead. Relentless Pursuit is terrifying. Holy crap. So Relentless Pursuit lets them attack this turn? I guess I get to do this, and I go to 2? Huh. Yeah, I think the Poro deck is sweet. Yeah, they get to open attacks here, so hopefully they die. What are the odds there's 7 Puff Caps on one card? Low? Enough Puff Caps plus we draw a burn spell, maybe? Close game. What are the champions in the Poros deck? Lux, and Braum. We played the opponent's archetype on stream a few times before. It's really, really sweet. Lux is easily one of my favorite champions of the game. I think that or Lux Thresh are probably the better. Darius Draven, so something aggressive here on their side. Get a full mulligan looking for 1 mana. Looking for our Teemos and our Fizzes. It's my favorite champion from a non-gameplay perspective. Probably Lux. Probably still Lux. The fact that she, like, sings This Little Light of Mine is so wholesome. While she's blasting people. Jinx is probably up there, too. Jinx is also a good one. Make it rain. Some things die while others feel the pain. Make it rain. So, hoping they don't have another 1-drop unit out to play here. Just get in here aggressively, I think. Hey, it's Fizz! Those are some big ins, chat. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. I like it. Alright, I would like to go to 9. So the plan here is next turn. The emotes in this game are adorable and fantastic and customizable. They are awesome. So we're going to put some puff caps into their deck. This will level Teemo. It'll make Fizz elusive. How greedy is it to Playful Trickster here? I think not very. This is 8. So this is 8 damage. So Playful Trickster lets me rally, which means I can attack again. Do they have anything that blows me out? Is there anything that deals 2? No, I could do it here, right? And then this dies, but I still get to hit them with these twice. So this pulls this out of combat, and then I get an attack token back, so I can attack again. So they take 6, and then we attack for 8. And even if they weren't dead to combat, they were going to have 56 puff caps in their deck, plus 5 points of burn in my hand. In general, my little Toriel, I would discourage you from saying specific things about people like the Arena developers. There's definitely a lot of talented people at Arena that are working on Arena and at Wizards of the Coast, as is the case in most places. And as is also frequently the case, the people working on Magic software are almost assuredly being hamstrung by their executive and management people, right? Oh, the volume's low. It is. Sorry. Yeah, I totally turned down the game volume for. Yeah, that'll be fixed. I turned it down for the video on YouTube, on Twitter at the start. Can you explain mushrooms? Yes. So mushrooms get attached randomly to specific cards in the opponent's deck. And when they draw the cards with the mushrooms attached, they take a damage for every mushroom that was on the card they drew. It's too close to the expansion to craft Teemo. Can you play something else? No, Teemo is love. Unfortunately, we mulliganed for our 1-drops and did not find them here. Double warning shots also a little awkward. We have a clump of Wumps at least here to get going. And Zap's actually a decent pickup as well. So Zap's a different elusive threat that we can at least get going here. It says quick attack, so we're not going to block there. We're just going to take 3. Quick attack means it hits first while attacking. It does not hit first while blocking, though, so I'll be able to attack in here, which is nice. That's a fantastic draw. Yeah. A Ranger's Resolve. They could have a draw 2 as well. Single combat. Dougie, thank you for the 26 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I'm gonna pocket aces here. That doesn't say, but I could suit up. Yeah, I think if there was an easier way to host community tournaments for Runeterra is something I'd be interested in doing. Right now, the logistics of doing it just aren't particularly feasible. Like, there's a reason why I didn't host Magic tournaments before MTG Melee existed. Eladox, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in-client tournaments are on their roadmap. And to set a low bar, I'm expecting Runeterra to have in-client tournament support before Magic does. Maybe I should have played this out before I attacked. Got the extra 1 point in. Make it rain. Now the tough part here is because we're attacking on odds, it means that we can't, they're going to be able to open attacks before we can shark them, which is tough. Well, I think this board that I'm using is excellent. Music is quite good.
We live here.
Make it rain. Do 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 do. Pew pew pew. Let's put some buff caps in their deck here before they draw. They're a Vile Feast deck. If they don't open on attacks next turn, the Shark might be able to get them. The problem is they're pretty likely to open on attacks next turn. Fizz is a great draw here because he levels, so we get to hit them for 9 and then make a Shark. So like maybe hitting them down to 4 plus using Fizz's spell here means that we can survive combat and then win with Riptide next turn. They just ended the round, and they don't have me dead on board. So do I just pass here? I feel like I'm just supposed to pass here, right? Because they attack, I go block, I go to 2. And then we, like, warning shot Rex them.
Everyone's a god.
Perfect. Yeah. So again, the way the priority system in this game works, if they pass and then I pass, the round just ends. So because they passed like that, the round ended, and they weren't able to play anything else out.
Virtue guides me.
That is definitely one of their better cards here.
Lunch.
I ain't afraid.
Do I like Yasuo decks? Not a huge fan. Let's start on this because it's a burst spell. We can see what we get. So am I supposed to just attack here then? I think I'm supposed to just attack here, right?
Through the coral.
It's not great against single combat.
Try again.
Think I'm still like a yodel in uniform. I got ways to find me mushrooms.
What is in their hand? What are they holding? Harrowing. Okay. Is that lethal? Probably. I think what's in their hand. Yeah, because I can put one blocker in, but they have 6 lethal attackers. Close. The Radiant Guardian at the end there definitely being a big factor. Allowed them to stabilize back up to 6, so I couldn't play out another elusive and then attack in for lethal. Yeah, Harrowing's definitely the payoff. We definitely need to kill them sooner rather than later. We have played something different than last game. I don't think so. I mean, there were a lot of decision points, but there isn't, like, in looking back in it, there wasn't a decision point that really stands out to me as, oh, this was a turning point. Now, the single combat at the end didn't matter. If they hadn't had Radiant Guardian, I could have played out Teemo. But because... So I want to wait to play Teemo here, because this way if I draw a Suit Up or a Pocket Aces, I could protect him from a burn spell, potentially.
Armed and ready.
Yeah, for people that are as a heads up, for people who aren't regulars, we're starting each day by taking a peek at spoilers when we do Runeterra stuff. Although I'm not planning to do Runeterra tomorrow or Friday, so maybe I'll post some stuff on Twitter about reviews for them.
You'll fight or you'll swim.
You don't make any sense there, Rudy. You didn't make an argument. Worth considering their deck has ways to deal. Their deck has ways to deal with 6-1 at slow speed. So like what? So what like don't just give me a stupid hypothetical. Be like, these are the specifics of worth considering. Their deck plays Ruination, for example.
Do my best.
So playing a second threat out into Ruination when I have lethal in play is probably not good.
Keep up, keep up.
Petty Officer is always good.
What you looking for?
Again, want to use my spell mana before I play Zap, because Zap attunes, which explicitly gives me a spell mana. So if my spell mana's full when I play Zap, I basically spew resource efficiency. That's something that impacts your sequencing on occasion in this archetype. It's actually really good against us. They can grab our elusive stuff.
Don't mind the knife.
No, I guess I have my zaps already. Yeah, deal. You can thermo beam my 1/1.
Got me.
I don't think there's a punish in their archetype to playing zap here before I attack. We're also like kind of losing the race at the moment, so getting aggressive with these is appealing.
Deal me in. Dead in their tracks.
Try again. Let's do this.
Really unfortunate that we didn't have any pocket aces or suit ups drawn this game. Would have been nice to blow them out. They probably have Rex in hand. Why? Can you explain? Can you be specific about which play my opponent has made that makes you feel likely that they have Rex in hand? Also, in general, it would be good on you to not assume that my opponent is male. It's a good way. Good, easy way to be more inclusive.
Prepared for anything. Let me at him.
Well, we're at 4 out of 6 on Fizz.
Don't blink or you'll miss me.
Feels like we're dead. I don't think I can beat a Rex here, right? I don't even think we talk about that. Not worth playing around because we can't beat it if they have it. I mean, to be fair, there's a significant number of Magic streamers that also just assume their opponent is male. It's more of a gamer thing than a Runeterra stream thing. Looks like we're gonna get sharked. I don't think we had any outs to that.
The Vandal Scout tries harder every time.
Looking for one of our champions. Nailed it.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
9th card, thank you very much.
What's that noise?
Adventure starts with mushrooms. Who's a good boy?
Do mid-range decks make up a majority of the meta? So Runeterra, unlike many recent Magic formats, doesn't really have anything that makes up a majority of its metagame. It's got a pretty interesting and deep diversity, at least for all the formats that I've played in so far.
I'll scout ahead.
There isn't really like one archetype that jumps out as being overbearing or not. It's unfortunate. Yeah, we got a lot of great Magic creators lined up for Hoots, for sure. So we got Chump Wump as a blocker here. We're definitely going to get excited to kill this, ditching a Mushroom Cloud, I think. Our 4-3 keeps the Elise at bay for now. Did I approach the streamers or participating in Hoots? Yeah, I sent messages to a bunch of people. Let's pass for now and see what they do. I think the Storm Herald deck's super linear, super reasonable. It's hard for a deck that has that good of a linear proactive game plan to really be terrible. What's Hoots? Hoots is the tournament series that I run for Magic the Gathering. It's a monthly tournament that we do coverage for here on my channel. It's a pretty good day. You averaged like 1,600 or so viewers for the last couple. Make It Rain's gonna do a little bit of cleanup here next turn. Would have preferred to hit that, but we did at least dodge killing the Cursed Keeper for now, so that's nice. Does Storm Herald gain anything from tomorrow? Just Thoughtseize for the sideboard. For my Magic folks in the audience, if you're wondering what upgrades I think go in things from the new set, all of the decks on my website are updated with AHK cards. You can go look there now.
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
What streamers have said they're playing? Bloody, Mythic Meebo,
I'll be quick.
JRR. There's a whole bunch of people. I'm forgetting a bunch. Amy, yep, Alias is playing. Amy is Amazonian.
Pain is
Bunch of great folks. Nelson was a maybe. He said he was gonna let me know in a couple of days. Guess we just do this, and then hope to survive combat. We're still at 18, though. Yeah, we're super dead. I'm gonna try one more, but the last couple of days with this deck make me feel like the way the format's kind of changed after the last patch. This archetype doesn't seem particularly good. Maybe we just had a lucky run with it when we played it for the first couple of times, but both yesterday and today, we just kind of gotten beat up with this one. Yeah, and it's definitely a learning thing, David. Like, I don't ban people or time them out for, you know, using the incorrect pronouns, but it's good to educate people. It's one of those things where it's free to teach people new things.
Never know what hit him. Doesn't mean everything.
It's pretty underwhelmed by the Twisted Fate Jinx deck.
She does all this. She'll be right out.
How does Runeterra work? We're effectively at Mythic. So, unlike Arena that has a really volatile ranking system, the score that you see attached to my ranking is a points, and the higher points you have, the higher ranked you are. So, like, I'm on, like, the bare bottom floor of the rankings, basically. Is the TLDR. So now I kind of have to decide, do I plan to get interactive with this Get Excited, or do I think I can race them? I think I'm going to try and race them, so I can take 7 down to 11. I can play this, I can shoot it up next turn, crack them for 8 down to 7, and then this does 4, and this 3 to 3, this does 1. Wow, that's super punishing. I mean, I don't know that I can beat Fury anyways, just from like a raw damage output perspective. Like none of my lines are good against Fury, right? Like if I try and be interactive, I get blown out by Fury. if I'm trying to race, it does +4. Like, it doesn't feel like any of my choices really allow me to play around Fury there.
Open wide, sugar.
Definitely feels bad, but again, I don't know from a decision-making perspective that I had a different sequence to make there. Hopefully we can get lucky and these Make It Rains can snipe the Bark Beast.
Bow to no one.
Let's pass for now.
Stand and fight. Hold it, sweetheart.
Not gonna have time for this. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I was hoping to hit any of these with the Make It Rain, and we missed all of them. We have to get Drain Life to Frostbitten here, I assume. Ooh. Ooh.
We weren't expecting callers.
Alright, we need one shroom, chat. One shroom, come on. 10 mushrooms, 10 puff caps, 27 cards. Hit me, dealer. Hit me. Oh, I should have done one and then the other, right? So it could have been less things. Hey, come on. One puff cap, please. Nailed it.
Born for conquest.
One American warning shot, please. So this, like, hurts my soul to say, but, like, every game we've played for the last 2 days, Riptide Rex has just been stuck, rotting in our hand at the end, and it's just been god-awful. Am I cutting these other 2 copies? I feel like I am. Will you think less of me if I register Golden Narwhal, chat? Is this allowed? Is this legal? You want to play Wave Rider? Is Wave Rider it? Mind Meld. Someone else said that earlier. Oh, I just clicked on something. What does Mind Meld do? This card is awful. Yeah, I think it's Wave Rider or Golden Narwhal. Yeah, Narwhal was like surprisingly okay in a different Teemo deck we played. I'm gonna try a couple of Narwhals, chat. Hey, congrats on hitting Mythic, Wenzy. Don't let anybody tell you that your accomplishments don't matter. What did I cut for the narwhals? We got rid of the shark cannons. As much as it pains me to say the shark cannons have been awkward. Ooh, that's true too. I could cut... Yeah, maybe I should cut... I could go up to 3 narwhals. Maybe that's the play. We just max on narwhals.
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
Swain Lux. Demacia Noxious Control, you say?
I'll be quick.
Yeah, imagine if one of these was a narwhal. That sounds reasonable. I guess not as good because the 5/5 would eat it.
Let me at him.
Let me at him.
Cavalry, to the field!
There's a 5/5 with tough, so it gets it takes 1 less damage from all damage sources that would hit it. Yeah, shot for Fizz is not terrible, as exemplified.
Slow down, will you?
Slow down, will you?
Total in uniform.
And like, you know, like my hand's not terrible. We've got a lot of reach lined up here, right? And like Zap is more reach. Can we just do this? It means I can't play this turn, but that's fine, I think. They're gonna fight my 4/3. I think that's fine. I'm gonna send this upstairs because, again, I don't want to start the turn with 3 mana if I'm starting by playing Zap, because then I lose my attune. Just like letting them know what's up, letting them know what the game's about, just like upstairs. Is this point of damage, do I want the point of damage or do I want to gain 5? So next turn, I'm going to Zap. I'll have 2 mana plus 6, that's 4 total. This would be 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I want the point of damage here, so I think I'm going to 7. This could draw me more burn too. Shoot him up, move him out, run. Well.
Coming in.
Thanks, Adidas. I appreciate that.
Nice.
Hopefully they try to kill Fizz here and we warning shot them. Nothing but net, chat. Forget what I said about cutting Warning Shot. It's a lie. Warning Shot's great. Best card in the deck. Best gut shot NA, chat.
Cavalry, to the field! Right out!
Easy, Tiger.
The Lexi mode is good. For sure. Misfortune Braum. Make It Rain sounds good. Teemo sounds good. Is a Pocket Aces matchup? It could be. We got like Teemo on 1 and a Narwhal on 2 and a Pocket Aces on 3.
Nothing like the great outdoors.
Step 1, didn't get parlayed.
Hit 'em.
You love to see it.
Adventure starts with mushrooms.
This land is ours.
I think I'm okay with this trade if they want to take it. Not a trade, got it. Less okay with that trade. I think I'm banking Spell Mana this turn rather than pushing 2 extra damage.
Not for everyone.
Fortune favors the bold.
This has tough, so Make It Rain doesn't kill this. Unfortunately, they're going to have really good open attacks next turn. So we're going to take 7.
We go where the War Mother bids!
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
Okay.
Leave nothing standing. Hey, roar!
Make It Rain has felt pretty meaty on the way. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good observation, Billy, too. That could be a card worth revisiting in this shell as well. I think I agree with that.
Success is planting your mushroom trap.
Am I playing this out to attack? What's the punish for playing Cutthroat? If they're playing Archer, it's a punish. What are the odds they're on Ice Veil Archer? I guess if they Ice Veil this, I could just Pocket Ace it, so I don't lose that much if they have Ice Veil Archer.
United, nothing can stop us!
Well, their top card is going to be flippin' huge.
Armed and ready. I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning.
Okay, so they're going to 38 puff caps on 31 cards here. They're taking 5.
Set sail. Hold it, sweetheart.
I think Kirk's aggro is a great deck. I think the core of that goes into a lot of different things. Those wild cards have a lot of overlap for you. Weird sequencing there. I mean, the Grixis aggro deck is basically red-black aggro.
Quickly, Earthside, battle approaches.
The storm is close. Soon.
So 37 puff caps. They're going to go up to like 72 puff caps or so. There is an overlay. If you were watching when I was still playing Magic, you need to refresh your web browser. I'm sorry, I should make an announcement about that. Usually I do.
Not for everyone.
Trim the mainsail and raise anchor.
I'm going to pass and see if they die to the mushrooms for funsies.
Victory was the mushrooms we planted along the way.
Victory was the mushrooms we planted along the way. Hey, no problem, Mitchell. I apologize. I should have made... Usually I mention something. I agree that Make It Rain's been kind of medium. I'm gonna go up to a third golden narwhal and see how that little dude feels. Look at him. He's a little fishy, but he might be okay. Hey, Spoony Power. Thanks for the quarter view. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Teemo Tariq. Why does Tariq pair well with Teemo? What aspect of him do we think we like? I don't know. I don't hate Cutthroat. I really like that Cutthroat gives us another good one-drop, so that way we're pretty likely to have a one-drop in play when we draw pocket aces or suit up on 2. I basically want to maximize my ability to play suit up or pocket aces on 2. He says as he draws it on 1.
A foray into the field? How exciting.
How exciting. I dropped some mushrooms. Can you hold those? Only these were backwards.
It's Raven time.
Make it rain. Some things die while others feel the pain. Make it rain.
Don't worry, I've read all about this, just as I hypothesized.
Swiftly.
Swiftly.
Doesn't mean everything.
So next turn we'll get to deploy. Maybe we're get excited. Maybe we're killing Draven this turn. So we kill Draven plus pocket aces this turn, I think is the play. I'm at 17 though. This is 9, 12. I could also just take the hit, level Teemo, and then pocket aces next turn plus get excited their dome. That's not good enough. I need to decide, am I keeping their board in check? I guess this blocks. Yeah, I'm going to play this because it blocks, I suppose.
Up to die.
Playing this as a blocker is very excited. Very, very excited. Very similar to using get excited on their face, right?
Vandal scouts are never afraid.
I'm blocking here, so this way Teemo's less likely to die. I can level Teemo on command, but if Teemo dies, I can't win this race, so I want to be a little bit conservative with how I'm blocking with him. Need to get at least one more hit with Teemo here.
Now we're cooking.
That was a vision. We're going to 5, yep. Vision is a card that when they discard it, all of their things get 1 attack permanently, which is real good. Redundant suit-ups, not so good without redundant threats. So this is 5, 6, 7, puts them to 6. I could puff cap their deck again here up to 18. They go to 36. I would have to high roll a 3-ball mushroom. 2-ball, because I have warding shot. That's the line. So put you to 6. I need a two mushrooms off the top of their deck next turn. Two mushrooms is not that much of a high roll. I can also just draw a burn spell here. Nailed it.
Just as I hypothesized.
They could kill us in response here, technically. Oh, the thinnest of margins. The thinnest of margins. The highs and the lows, chat. The highs and the lows. We were this close. Ah, shucks. That is definitely an appropriate response to that game. Appropriate response to that end. Ah, shucks. Full mulligan looking for our champions. Nailed it. Opponent's playing Maokai Nautilus, so Shadow Isles Deep looks like here. Dang it, suit up!
Give me the stuff! Stuff make happy!
Stuff make happy. Yeah, the rate of play in Runeterra is phenomenal. Between the eye making combat go faster and the aggressive clocks, it's really satisfying. Come on, another suit up. Oh, do they not have the Vile Feast? No Vile Feast. Big game, chat. Big game. Yeah, the opponent's deck is definitely the strong favorite as the game goes along. My goal here is to get under them for sure. Definitely just banking spell mana. Fizz!
These isles will be cleansed.
It's gonna be fun. It's enough for everyone.
I'm gonna go ahead and play out Clump of Wumps here so I can level Teemo on demand / have a 1-mana burst spell to protect Fizz with.
Haven't you?
You've been down in the sump, haven't you? Yeah, we got on a pretty quick clock here. Like I said, they're definitely the control deck here. We need to get under them. Those are some hooks. So they can force Narwhal to block, and they can block Teemo here. And they can hook Teemo, and they gain 3. Looks like they've tossed about half their puff caps.
You're boring.
Shut up, Fizz. I don't need your lip. So am I get exciteding this to save Narwhal? Am I zapping? I think I'm just playing units out this turn and letting them kill these. I don't know. Shooting the life gainer is very similar to just shooting their face. I guess I keep the Narwhal that way, but I don't get to deploy the rest of my stuff, which feels bad.
Can't say no to Fizz.
Can't say no to Fizz. So opponent is now deep, is what that animation means. There are 15 or fewer cards in their deck. 3 puff caps on those 15 or fewer cards. If I cast this, I have 3 mana left over. That seems fine. Still have them on a relatively quick clock here. This is a lot of points of damage in our hand. That's a decent pickup too. With the warning shot, do I play Narwhal? I guess I have pocket aces too. Maybe I just pocket aces this to play around. They could have grasp though. So they have both grasp and whale as cards they could be playing. Few different ways this turn could go. Do I pocket aces or do I Narwhal is the question. They could play fish as well. Okay, yeah, the fish means I definitely don't want to play this out. Yeah, this is fine, right? They're at 3. I've got 6 points in hand. Run! This is another reason to attack right away. Shades of Lethal. I don't know that deep is too slow for the format in general. It's definitely slow in this matchup, though.
Yay, we did it!
We did it! This deck definitely feels better since cutting the sharks and dragging the curve down a little bit. Swim with the absurd raid. Hope you had a great stream. I appreciate the support. Welcome to folks coming over from Swim Streams. Hanging out playing some Runeterra. If you haven't stopped by my channel here before, I am a full-time streamer here on Twitch. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream a lot of Magic the Gathering, but also have dipped into some Runeterra. Really enjoy this card game. It's got a really great core game design, I think, and I'm excited to see where they go as they flesh out more card sets. So, Prowling Cutthroat, showing why she's useful here a little bit. We didn't mulligan into any of our champions, but we still have an elusive play here on 1, so if we draw, pocket aces or shoot up on 2, we're able to target her. And if we miss on a power-up, we'll be able to Narwhal. Do we do that instead? I think we just do that, right?
Reporting in.
Demacia, Freljord, Fiora. That's interesting. So do we Fizz? I think we could probably just Fizz, right? They don't really have pieces of removal in their deck. I guess they could have. They almost assuredly have single combat, so maybe I'm not supposed to do anything here. So I could pocket aces this and get in, but then if they have single combat, I just get got. I think we just get in for 2 here.
Adventure starts with mushrooms.
Plant some shrooms. Spank some spell mana this turn. The pocket aces could potentially mess up their challenge. I don't know if she's tough though. This card is very good against us, especially in what their deck looks like. Like, I assume they have a bunch of frostbites and stuff in their shell too. Probably gonna be tough for us. I don't believe anyone's hit Shillionaire yet. Beansy should be pretty close though. And 978k. So Fiora is an alternate win condition. She levels up when she's killed 2 things, and when she kills 4 things, she wins the game. So that's a little bit scary.
You can see the Debastian border from here.
So we'll see if we can win the race here. We've got pocket aces and some other elusive things. I think I do want to commit more stuff to the board here. We're definitely racing this thing's ability to kill all of our stuff. Depending on what they do here, we're probably going to pocket aces, Fizz, and then smack them. So this is 8 damage total, putting them to 9. I've got 3 points of reach here. Hopefully this can turn into some more reach.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
I think we're just holding on to this for now to protect Fizz, although they could just be hooking Fizz this turn.
Strike quickly, climb.
Start with this and see where we go. So he's only at 2 out of 6. This pocket aces is definitely better suited for one of these to hit them next turn. So she's gonna level. We'll take 4 down to 16.
Too easy.
Yeah, we could definitely get blown out by them having appropriate, Okay, so we're dead. We're dead to double rally here. Hey, good game, Zero Shadow.
For the honor, climb. En garde.
Yes, also gonna get messed up by single combat. Great.
I'll be quick.
Derby says. Okay.
This will be quick.
It's close. Yeah, I agree, Zev. The Rexes, yesterday and today, the Rexes felt really clunky, and having another cheap play has felt very reasonable. Yeah, down to the wire there in a couple of ways, huh? Opponent had us on both fronts, though. Do I keep Narwhal? Nah, I think we're just always full mulliganing when we don't have Fizz or Teemo, is the plan. I think it's notable that Tempo Storm let Nerd go, Alley, and their other one go. Do you have any thoughts on it? Merchant was their third one. Did they let go, right? don't know. I guess my takeaway on that is I was kind of surprised to begin with when esports orgs like that got into Magic. I mean, I'm part of F2K. I don't know. I'm not in charge of the business aspect of teams. I just take the sponsorship money. So I don't really know what their back end looks like.
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
Honestly, the whole esports industry in general really feels like kind of like someone missing. Like, it feels like there's a bunch of people that are like trying to invest thinking it's the next .com boom. And I'm genuinely kind of confused how the industry as a whole makes money. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to keep paying my mortgage with it as long as it allows me to, but from a logistical standpoint, I don't know. I'm just passing here.
Suppose you want in on this.
Suppose I should leave you be.
Am I just using all my mana to suit up here? I think so. Yeah, advertisements is all the money, I suppose, but like, how much are you actually getting out of that is the... Would be my question. Like there's a reason why Magic doesn't hit, like, that's why I said Magic specifically, right? Like, Magic doesn't have huge viewer numbers. You cannot double block in this game. So blocking is all 1-to-1. So this is currently killing this because of these kegs, but I could do this and kill the kegs, and then this doesn't happen. They could have another Make It Rain here, though, or a Vile Feast. Okay, so we blew their kegs up. It's a pretty big blowout.
Don't ask where it's from. Ask how much. This'll set them running.
Yeah, definitely just going to 9 here. Bilgewater has a little bit of reach in it, but not a ton, so I'm not too worried about using my life total as a resource here. Definitely want to just get my elusives down and pressure them and then burn them out.
Didn't know the boss had said for you.
Don't know much, do ya?
I'm just passing here. I want to be able to interact with this if they go to play like another Make It Rain. Hey, Pawaga, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Am I playing Teemo to deal 1 extra point of damage this turn? So I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This would be 13. And 13 is meaningful because it means Mystic Shot out of my deck when I hit this could be lethal. Most of their damage-based removal is slow anyways, or fast anyways, so I'm gonna play the Teemo out. I guess they could have something like a zap of their own.
Played one.
That's a big deal. It's pretty brutal. I'm gonna go ahead and pocket aces here, and then these will take 2. These go to 4/1s. Twisted Fate was what I should have been thinking about.
I'm a people person.
And then this is actually another Teemo here, right? So I could go ahead and play this out and then still get in for 9 here. If they have a piece of removal, I think we're probably dead. If they don't, we could be okay. If we get in for 9 here, we're in a good spot. Yeah, it's unfortunate they even get to gain life.
Got me. Let's do this. Adventure starts with mushrooms.
Are we dead to open attacks? Technically no, right?
You can't do this.
Technically yes. Dead to a stiff breeze.
Yeah, you don't want to cross me.
Oh boy, here I go!
Fizz is almost ready to level.
Aww.
Speaking of the weather, what's the temperature like? It's kind of hot in my basement. Can I open my window? Let's keep the AC on. It's 80 outside. I think overall, I'm happy with where we ended up at. Make It Rain has felt a little mediocre. The Sharks at the top end felt super clunky. Narwhal is usually good for 2 to 4 points of damage before they trade with it. Sometimes it does more than that if we pair things like Pocket Aces or Suit Up to keep it alive inside of combat. I don't think this deck is tier 1 by any means, but I think it's got a reasonable, proactive game plan. It can run people down on occasion. It really excels against some of the bigger, more controlling decks in the format, things like Easy Karma and the deep decks, where it can really get under those decks and punish them for having a lot of more expensive top end. But some of the mid-range matchups are hard. This is definitely a deck where when you fall behind on board, you don't catch back up. So basically, if your opponent plays to the board quickly, our game plan is get in a bunch of chip shots with our elusives and then try and burn them out while we chump block on the board when we're finally dead. So I think those mid-range matchups would be a little bit challenging, but the control matchups are good. If you're someone that enjoys tempo decks, it's probably fine. All right, at any rate, we are going to shift gears. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while I get things set up and flipped over. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to play some more Commander Lidros plus Dreadway combo, which has been a lot of fun in the past. Be back in just a few.